Hi, I'm Caroline Mitchell, canine behaviourist at Good Doggy. If you're familiar with the videos on my channel, you'll know that I am a huge fan of using a clicker in your dog behaviour training. They're brilliant for lots of different things. You'll probably be familiar with using a clicker to reward basic training. So you'll teach your dog that when they hear the click, they're going to get a reward. So this works really well as a marker. They'll do their trick, they'll get their click, then they'll get their treat. And that's basically how you use them for basic training, but they can do so much more than this, and they are perfect for behavior training and anxiety, and in particular reactive dog training. So here are 4 reasons why I love to use clickers in my reactive dog behavior training. The first is that it really boosts resilience and confidence. You'll start off by pairing the sound of the click with the rewarding feeling of the treat. When you do this often enough, your brain gets very confused, and the sound of the click will trigger that rewarding feeling in your dog. So you can trigger that feeling anytime you want to reward your dog for something. Getting rewarded for anything is a fabulous feeling. We all love it. We love it. Our dogs love it. And when we do this a lot, it really boosts confidence. So when you're using your clicker, you're not only just barking the behavior that you want with a reward, you're also boosting confidence so that he'll cope better in that same situation next time. And when he hears the click, he'll know he's going to get a reward soon. And that anticipation is great for boosting resilience. Resilience is the thing that helps him bounce back after he has been triggered. So the click will make him feel good about giving you the desired behavior. It's a rewarding feeling, which will boost confidence so he copes better next time. And then that resilience is building up in case he does get triggered, so he'll recover better. And that's not all. The second reason why I love using a clicker is it can really help your dog to stay under threshold. The threshold line basically marks the difference between when your dog is using their thinking brain and when they've gone into their reactive brain. If we can keep the thinking brain switched on, they'll stay calm longer. But when he goes into his reactive brain, that's when you see that behavior getting bigger. He stops listening and he's not coping well in the situation that he's in. So whenever you're approaching a situation that you know might trigger your dog, you'll start using your clicker well in advance. So you'll start clicking as long as that behavior remains under threshold. So your dog's trigger could be far in the distance, but as long as he's coping well at that distance, you can be rewarding that very, very early behavior. As you approach, it'll keep him in that thinking brain. He'll hear the click over and over and over again, and it'll trigger that confidence building, rewarding feeling that we were talking about just now. And he'll try to keep doing it. His brain will remain in that thinking position for longer. He'll concentrate for longer, and it makes it harder for his reactive brain to take over. It also helps to change the dog's expectations. Once you've paired the rewarding feeling with the clicker, he'll hear the clicker going off and he knows he's going to get a treat. Just even thinking about that will help keep his thinking brain switched on. So as well as building confidence and resilience, it can also help him concentrate longer, which will really mean that that reactive brain won't get the chance to take over. In the early stages, it still will, but you'll get closer and closer and closer. And as time goes on, eventually you'll be able to walk right on by because that clicker will just keep him going all the way past his trigger. Reason number 3 is a clicker, once paired with that rewarding feeling, will trigger a rewarding feeling in your dog. So this is perfect for those dogs that won't take treats when they're on their walk. A huge number of reactive dogs refuse treats on their walk because even just a small amount of anxiety really just puts off even the hungriest dog. So the clicker gives us an opportunity to help them feel rewarded and to mark the behaviors that we want. We can then take them off to a nice quiet spot later and we can reward them for their efforts then. But in that moment when they're giving us that beautiful behavior that we're really trying to get, the clicker will reward that and acts as a predictor so that they know that the treat will come later. You can just pay that out whenever they're feeling much more relaxed and able to take that treat. In the meantime, though, they are getting something for their effort. They are marking that effort and we are building up that confidence. And actually, as the process goes, as the confidence builds up and the expectations start to change, they actually will start to relax more when they're in an environment that might be triggering to them, and they will start to take those treats then as well. So it has a whole set of ways of helping your dog that doesn't normally take treats. But if your dog doesn't take treats on the walk, then a clicker is exactly what you need to help them achieve the behavior that you want. And the 4th reason that I love a clicker is because it is so precise. The sound of a click is over in a split of a second, which means that you can reward every single step that your dog does well. So as you are approaching something that might be triggering to them, every step they do when they're calm, they're paying attention, you can click every single one of those. You could approach the dog and you could click 20 times. That's 20 rewards, 20 steps that you told your dog were brilliant. That's what you want him to do. When you're not using something like a clicker, you might be tempted to wait until the end of the encounter before you decide whether you're going to reward it or not. And this actually encourages us then to judge the whole situation as one entity. So maybe you walked all the way towards the dog and he did brilliantly for the first 20 steps, but only at that very last minute when you got really close, did they go over threshold, did that reactive brain take over, and they had a reaction and they barked and lunged. Then once that's over, they might calm down again really quickly, and then you'll walk away, and only then will you decide whether that was worth a treat or not. Is that fair though? I mean, for that 10-15 seconds in the middle, yeah, they didn't cope very well in that bit, but the beginning and the end were brilliant. The clicker allows us to celebrate every single perfect step they do, and it means that we are more positive about the good stuff and we forget about all the stuff that went wrong. As long as they get one click when they're in the presence of their trigger, no matter how far away it is or how quiet it is or how diluted it is, they still get their treat, they still get their clicks, and they still get rewarded for what we really, really want them to do in the long run. That's an amazing way to help your dog get through reactive training. 4 different things. We're boosting the confidence. We're marking every single tiny little effort that your dog has given us. We are boosting their resilience. So even if they do lose control, then they're able to regain that much quicker, and they don't let that take them into the next encounter. They will calm down much quicker. It's just a beautiful way to work with a reactive dog, and it will massively speed up your reactive dog training. If I have convinced you and you are interested in having a go at doing some clicker training with a reactive dog, I have a video which will talk you through all of that. It's called How to Clicker Train a Reactive Dog. Easy to find. Have a look at that, and that will help you introduce your clicker, and it will help you introduce that into your training. So hopefully you'll see those benefits for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye-bye.